We're really fortunate to be a sports high school because not only do we assist students in achieving their sporting goals and pathways, but we also help them to achieve academic success.
We believe that the same things that motivate students on the field should motivate them in the classroom.
Students understand that it's student athlete, student comes first.
When I first started, there was certainly healthy competition between all the sports high schools, but when we actually formed an alliance, we all started to work together.
And the increasing standards across all the sports high schools has really made sure that all students are supported, which really does lead to better success, better opportunities and ultimately better outcomes for all our students.
A lot of these students that come to these schools all have that same goal to become professionals. And if they make that, that's great. If they don't, then obviously got the education to back on.
Well, we've got many former students who've gone on to achieve playing for their country and also in professional leagues.
I think you can put down to some contribute to their success was the support that they received.
They're able to use what they've learnt at sports high schools and be a successful adult in their careers and in their sporting field as well.
One key point is with your footwork, don't have your weight all on one foot. It's unbalanced, okay? So have your feet balanced. So if you can do that, you need to do that. So if you need to do this, you can do that.
Being at a sports high school, I was very lucky because the coaches we had here were first class. They're the best at what they do. People might think because they're working at a high school they haven't reached those levels, but if anything, everyone at this school has.
They give you so many skills and new assets you can use in your sports, and I feel like through them we can thrive throughout our selective sports.
I think it's definitely the standard that they hold us to.
The other thing is obviously the extra training during school hours. Instead of spending 4 till 6 p.m. after school doing extra training, all of those kids already have those extra hours of training under their belt.
It just helps us give that little bit more as to those schools that wouldn't get that extra hour in school hours of sport.
Good, that's right, ball speed here. Good, set up, wait for them, set up, good. Even if you're up in the front, a simple check away from the cone in level, then beat with your first touch. Your first touch will beat her.
With the fantastic announcement that Australia would be the next host of the 2032 Olympics, it certainly means that we want to make sure our sports programs are offering our students the very best opportunities to reach that level.
The reality is that those athletes that will be competing are in our junior years at the moment, and they'll also be coming into the school in the next couple of years.
So it's making sure that students know that in 10 years' time potentially they could be competing at home Olympics. There's such a strong point of narrative for all their coaches as well.
Being able to be one of those first names on the Olympics list for surfing would be a 100% goal of mine.
It's like one of the biggest things you can do, really.
I definitely have aspirations to be at those Olympics at Brisbane, but I think by then I want to be an established Matilda and hopefully be able to wear the captain's arm badge.
Watching people run at the Olympics just really fascinates me because I want to be there. I want to be in that sport. Make it to the Olympics would literally be a dream come true.
I think coming out of the last 2 years in particular, sport is a great hope for so many kids. They lost the opportunity to represent the last 2 years, and to see sport going ahead as normal this year is just such a beacon of hope for our students. A lot of them to some degree lost their way when there was no competition because the sport defines who they are to such a large extent and really motivates them in all the areas of their life. To see it coming back this year, you can just see the students are more engaged. They're just more motivated across every single thing they do. That for us is a mark of success. In particular, showing with our senior students, they really want to be back at school, they want to be engaging, they want to be training and they want to be competing. And we're just so thankful those opportunities are back on the table for them.